everybody. It's like I'm live on YouTube. It's my first live. Hello. We're gonna wait. Quick little morning live chat. Y'all know I have no idea what I'm doing, so go easy on me. Good morning. Good morning. Go easy on me. I have no idea how to do live, but we're live because we have what? About 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes before trial starts today. Day one was a mess. Day one was a mess. What did y'all think about day one? Day one had it all going on. It was day one. This was day one. Let's get through this real quick. First of all, opening statements. Alan Jackson, amazing job. Amazing job. Alan Jackson did an amazing job at opening statements. I think he did exactly what he needed to do. I think they realized that they're going to lean out of the third party culprit idea. I think they're going to still drop some major hints, but they're not going to make it a burden for them to prove. I think just letting them know that Michael Proctor was fired because of what he did on this investigation, I think it was amazing. I think it was amazing opening statement. Brennan, I can't stand his voice, but he did better than Lolly. But I mean, are we saying much? Are we saying much by saying Brennan did better than Lolly? I mean, I'm not trying to say that Lolly is a bad attorney. Maybe this just wasn't his forte, but it is what it is. First witness of the day was an absolute shit show. I have been racking my brain all night trying to figure out why it is that Brennan would make him the first witness. And I think he thought the statement, I hit him, was going to be a gut punch. It was going to be boom, bam, right in your face. But this is the witness that you want to use to do that? I don't know. I think Nuttall, however you say his name, I think he ran out of there to cry. I think he went to cry in the car because he was pulling at his collar and he was swallowing hard. And it was just like, because, and I said this in a video on TikTok, because either he's a flat out fucking liar or he doesn't remember anything. Either way, you have to disregard everything he says. Either way, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. I don't know if you're lying or you don't remember, but I don't believe you. That little back and forth between Jackson and Nuttall about when she said, I hit him, was quite possibly the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. When they were going back and forth and Jackson went, what? Oh my God. Oh my God. I was crying tears because what? What are you talking about? But again, you guys, it's the audacity. Is that what he was doing, Jennifer? Putting something in his mouth? I thought he was taking something out of his mouth. I don't know what he was doing with his mouth, but I was tripped out. Like, what does he keep? Is he getting hair in his mouth? Like, what is going on? I didn't know what he was doing. But okay, you say he was putting something in. Now that's very weird and wild to do on the stand. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, it's the audacity. It's the audacity of these people to watch a video Now, this isn't like from memory. We're all watching the same video. You just laid out for us a perfect scene of when Kieran allegedly came up to you and said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. You laid out the scene perfectly. I could see it in my head. And then when we show you that scene, you're like, no, but yeah, but it was earlier. Jackson's like, but we saw him do CPR the whole time. You just said that that was the entire time that he was doing CPR. But yeah, it was like, you just have to ignore him. Like, if I was a juror, I just like, okay, we just gonna ignore him because I don't know what he was talking about. He don't know what he was talking about. He gonna have to let that go. We don't know what he was talking about. He was, Jackson said, what? Oh my God. Oh my God. I cried because I had the same reaction. I literally had the same reaction. What? Are you, is you cool? Did you just, oh my gosh. And then the next witness, why can't I ever remember her name? I don't know. What is her name? Somebody tell me right now. What is her name? I can't remember. Anyway, the next witness. Carrie Roberts. There we go. I don't know why I was going to say Kelly. It's Carrie. Carrie Roberts. That's a different affect this time. Don't y'all think? She has a different affect this time. Because she was actually one last trial that I was like, oh, we see some emotion from somebody. She has a very different affect this time. And I think she's remembering her lines. Now, I don't know. That could be me. That could be me being rude. But when you're concentrating, you can't be emotional because you have to remember. I cannot wait to see her cross because I believe she said last trial, and I'm trying to go back and, like, while these people are on the stand, I'm trying to go back and watch their previous testimony because I believe she said this time that she saw the car at Jen's house. But didn't she say she saw it at John's house last time? Either way, it doesn't matter when she said it. She also said there was a piece missing. If everybody agrees that there was only a piece missing, how are y'all explaining 42 pieces of tail light? Like, how are y'all explaining? Are y'all just wanting us to just magically think these tail lights just appeared out of nowhere? Like, even she said there was a piece missing. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? And I was on a panel last night on TikTok, and some of the girls there were saying, like, they don't like Jackson. They think he belabors points and blah, blah, blah. And I had to go defend Jackson because I'm a Jackson fan. I am an Alan Jackson fan. I think he belabors the point because he does not trust this Massachusetts jury to understand what he's putting down. I think some lawyers will put something out there and trust their jury to understand what I'm putting down without actually having to go there. I think Jackson feels like, no, I need y'all to understand very clear. And I can't say it out of my mouth, so I need them to say it out their mouths. I need y'all to be very clear. Okay. Also, I have slid down the road on Bev. See, I'm even calling her Bev. I was giving her the grace of calling her Judge Canoni. I'm calling her Bev now. Today, she pissed me off so bad. She pissed me off so bad. She pissed me off when she was trying to tell Alan Jackson to move on. I hate that she does that. Now, I have seen it before, but it's actually when attorneys are belaboring a point that they've already made. Like, I've seen judges be like, okay, we got it. But, you know, some lawyers make a point and they want to like dance in it. But she tells him to move on. And she can see very clearly that this witness is not cooperating with me. It's not that I'm belaboring this point. They're not answering my questions. Don't tell me to move on. And I love that he said, I'm not going to move on, or I don't think I can, because we have not cleared this up. Don't tell me to move on. Tell the witness to answer me. That's what you do. You tell the witness to answer me. I cannot stand that she does that. I cannot stand her whole thing at the end where she's like, I find there's been a violation. Because listen, now, if we're going to be fair, the defense was playing fast and loose with some of the stuff, whatever, who cares? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to Arca's testimony. That's the point. That's the point. Whatever they held back, whatever text messages they have, whatever, it does not matter to their testimony. Why they got rid of text messages, I don't know. Probably because they were innocuous and didn't mean anything. Like, they don't mean anything. And I don't even mind her being upset. I don't mind her being upset, but I just want you to keep that same energy. I want you to keep that same energy for Brennan and the Commonwealth, because every time they have lost something, forgot something, something's not appeared, she's never appalled. She's never appalled. And usually judges are way more appalled at the prosecution because it's Karen Reed's liberty who's at stake. It's her liberty who's at stake. So it matters more if the prosecution is playing fast and loose with their evidence, which what they are doing with all these Sally Port videos and all this metadata. Meanwhile, Alessi says, I was under no obligation to keep those text messages. The same way Brennan said he was under no obligation to keep the metadata to those videos. So why are you so upset with one and not the other? Why does she keep allowing Brennan to say, we have satisfied our discovery obligations without cutting him off and saying, hold on now, Brennan. Hold on now, Brennan. Got a little too much dip on your chip. Because no, you have not. No, you have not. I don't know if you have, but you represent the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth has not. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought the text of the text? Exactly. And that's what Alessi is saying. I'm not under no obligation to keep the text of the text. I have given you a summary of every conversation we've ever had with Arca. And what is it? Listen. Brennan's hard-on for Arca needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. And it needs to be studied because as a prosecutor, you are supposed to be out for justice and truth, not the win. You obviously know. Like, it's almost like, does Brennan think that the defense put Arca up to investigate this case or put the federal government up to investigate this case? He can't. He can't think that. Number one, because he's a very smart attorney. And you know that you can't make the federal government do a mother thing. You can't make them do anything. If the federal government decides to come in and investigate your case, it's because your shit is so dirty that they had to step in. So what is it that you're looking for from them? I just don't understand. She has made these people come in for 17,000 voir dires. For what? What do you think? What do you think we said to them? What do you think we said to them? The science is the science. Even if we told them we believe she did not hit him, we believe he was we believe he was in a fight, and we want you to look into the facts and make sure we're right. Even if that was the sentence. So they would have either come back and be like, no, he was definitely hit by a car, or no, he definitely was not. What is it that you want from them? I just can't take it. It grinds my gears. It grinds my gears. Alessi was big mad. Alessi was big mad, and I feel him. And I feel him because it's like, get over it. Every time Brennan stands up and Arca comes out of his mouth, I know that whole defense table wants to go, oh, brother. For crying out loud. Let it go, man. They are coming in. They are coming in to dismantle your case. Deal with it. Deal with it. And if your case was as strong as you believe it is, you would not be so pressed. You would not be pressed. You're pressed because you know these, if the jury believes them, and if this is a smarter jury than the last and does not believe they're hired by the insurance company and lying, if this jury believes Arca, your whole case falls apart. And you know it. But if you're a prosecutor for justice and not a win, you would listen to Arca and you would say, okay, something else happened to him. He wasn't hit by a car. We need to do some more investigating. But you can't do that. You can't do that. Do I think, let's see. Do I think she keeps doing that to rack up their bill? I don't know what she keeps doing. I don't know what she keeps doing or why she keeps doing that. But it's pissing me off because I just feel like if I was the judge, I'd be like, look, man, they coming in. Deal with it. Deal with it. Prove your case. We are over it. We're not doing any more voir dire of Arca. I don't want to see them people till they're on the stand testifying. I'm over it. The same way you tell Jackson to move on when he's questioning witnesses, you should have told Brennan, move on. Move on. Let it go. There was no collision. And I loved that from Jackson. I love that from Jackson. I love that from Jackson so much because that's the point. That's the point. That's the point. That's the only point. That's the whole point. If he was not hit by a car, we all go home, including Kieran Reed. That's it. That's all I need to give you. And I don't even need to prove that. I just need to give you enough doubt of that. And I think there is doubt all up and through here, starting with Mr. Nuttall, who don't remember if it's today or tomorrow. But his memory gets better with time. Shut up and get... Listen, I tell y'all all the time, I've never been a trial attorney, and this is why. Witnesses like that is why. Because I do not have great emotional self-control when people say dumb things to me. I cannot. When people say things to me that I feel like are an assault to my intelligence, I cannot control myself. I cannot control myself because either you're dumb or you're lying. Either way, I don't want you around me. And I can't control myself. When Jackson said, what? That would have been my whole, that would have been, after every question, I'd have been like, what? You know you're not making no sense, right? Like, I can't. That's why I could never do it. I don't have the emotional bandwidth, and I'm okay admitting that. I don't care. Judge me if you will. I don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with liars who are lying to me, and I know they're lying. Or I don't have the emotional bandwidth for people that say dumb things. I don't have it, so I can never do it. And here's the thing, though. Why? I can't ever figure out why these people are lying, or if you're literally just a firefighter who happens upon this scene, it was your day. It was your day to catch this call. And you went out there and this man was dying, dead or dying. And that's all you know. If she actually said, I hit him, let's go with that. Let's go with that. She said that everything you said happened. What makes them look like liars is they won't even answer hypotheticals. When Jackson was saying, well, it looks like that can be caused by a punch, right? If you have no skin in this game, you say, well, yes, that could have been caused by a punch. You don't add anymore. You don't discuss anymore because you don't care one way or the other. You're just asking me, could that have been caused by a punch? Yes, it could have. Why are y'all like, Well, it could have been caused by a lot of things. Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking you. When I asked you could have been caused by a bat, say yes to that too. When I asked you could have been caused by frozen ground, if you believe that, then say yes to that too. Just answer the question that I'm asking. Why is this difficult for you people? When it's difficult for you to answer questions that have nothing to do with anything, you look like a liar. And I was trying not to give him liar. I was trying not to give him liar. I was trying to give him, he just don't remember anything. But when you start to like shake about questions that have nothing to do with nothing, it feels like you have something to lose. And why? Why do you have something to lose? Who are these people to you? Who are you protecting? Oh, and before I get up off of here, I need to see like maybe one or two more witnesses talk about Proctor. But do you guys think word came down from on high? And I don't know who's on high. I don't know if it's an Albert, McCabe, Chief of Police, Morrissey. I don't know who it is. I don't know who on high is. But do y'all think the ruling came down from on high that we're going to throw Proctor under the bus? He's already fired. We might as well act like we have no idea what he's talking about. Because the way he was like, no, I never said that. I don't know where he got that from. Prosecution, what you gonna do with that? Prosecution, what are you gonna do with that? This man just said that Proctor wrote a whole report of shit he never said. And he's like, I don't even talk like that. That means if we believe him, Proctor literally made up a story. So let's throw Proctor under the bus because he's already fired. We might as well throw all the dirt on him. But if you throw all the dirt on him and we can't trust him, you understand that means that this is reasonable doubt, right? That's what that's what that means. That's how that works. If we can't believe any of the investigation because we don't believe the chief investigator and his reporting of what happened and what people told him, that's reasonable doubt. I don't know why we're here. The chief retired, the chief of police. If there's anybody who lives in Canon, Massachusetts, more power to you. I pray for you every day. I pray for your peace and healing because I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. This right here. If you can't trust Proctor, she walks. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. If you can't trust Proctor, there's no case. There's no case. And if y'all have decided to throw him under the bus, I wonder how y'all think that's going to play. How y'all think that's going to play? But though, now either, I like to put my conspiracy theory hat on sometimes. Walk with me with my foil hat. I think two things are happening. One of two things are happening. Either Proctor was fired and he's okay with it because they had a conversation with him and they said, listen, you have to take this one for the team. We'll clean it up in the trial, but you have to take this one for the team and we'll take care of you. And he's going to get on the trial and have that same affect, that same condescending tone that he had during the first trial. Or he doesn't know that everybody's throwing him under the bus. And when he gets on the stand, he's going to go rogue. I'm hoping for the second. I'm hoping for the second because if he literally was just doing his job and he was planting evidence because everybody told him to and everybody told him to make this go away, and now y'all want to throw me under the bus? Oh, I hope he get up there and listen. That's what they told me to do. I did that because that's what they told me to do. I wrote that down because that's what they told me to write. I changed the time because that's what they told me to change it to. I hope he gets up there and goes crazy. But also, y'all, what if he has a Mark Furman moment? What do I mean by that? What if they get up there and they say, hey, Michael Proctor, did you plant evidence in this case? And he says, I plead the fifth. Oh my God. If that happens, this becomes the trial of the century. If that happens, this becomes the trial of the century. Because it is very clear that those tail light pieces were planted. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you believe Ken Reed is absolutely guilty. Even if you believe that, they still planted those taillights to up the ante, to up their case. The same way Mark Furman believed O.J. Simpson was guilty. We all do. But he planted a little bit of extra evidence because he felt like he didn't have enough to prove it. The trial started. Okay, we got to go. All right. Thank y'all for joining my live. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.